Let's do some chopping! It's this month's Horror Talk. Happy Friday the 13th, by the way. Stay tuned. Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome to a brand new Horror Talk with me, Random Ross. So, basically this is the show where every month I take a horror franchise and do a whole horror retrospective on them. So, I thought, after checking out the most recent film in the franchise, why not do a Horror Talk discussion on the Hatchet films? Yes, the Hatchet franchise. 4 films under its belt, all of them written by Adam Green, and 3 of them directed by Adam Green. Hatchet III had a different director, and all starring Kane Hodder and Danielle Harris, with other actors in there from the horror genre, including Robert Englund, Tony Todd, R.A. Mihailoff, Derek Mears and Tyler Main and Felissa Rose. So let's just get right into where it all began. So it all started in 2006 with slasher film Hatchet, written and directed by Adam Green, starring Joel David Moore, Tamara Feldman, Dion Richmond, Marcus Mercedes McNabb, Perry Shem, Joel Murray, and also featuring Tony Todd and Robert Englund and Kane Hodder as the film's antagonist, Victor Crowley. So this is a slasher where some people go to this lake called what's the lake called? Something soft. Oh god, what's it called now? Yeah, the swamp called... What's the swamp called? God, I really should have took some notes on here. Swamp. Oh god, this is getting embarrassing now. How come I can't find the bloody title for the swamp in Hatchet? Just wait a minute, ask Google. What is the name of the swamp in the Hatchet films? Ah, that's it. Honey Island. I knew it was something like quite sweet and simple. So yes, swamp. Swamp, Honey Island. Honey Island Swamp, where it's haunted by the evil presence of Victor Crowley. So, Victor Crowley was a kid that was born deformed and was picked on a lot because of it, and his father, also played by Hodder himself, kept him locked away, and then one night there was like this fire where these kids were messing around, and they set the house on fire, and Crowley's father was breaking in with a hatchet. I accidentally got a hatchet into his son's head, and I believe that's how he died. And anyhow, yeah, Victor Crowley now haunts the swamp and comes back around the anniversary or when summoned by a curse. So in the film, a group of people go on this swamp and they all get killed, picked off one by one, except for one survivor called Sean, and another survivor called Meredith. Now, not Meredith, Mary Beth. Mary Beth Dunstan, who survives Victor Crowley, and of course Victor Crowley goes on the killing rampage. We also had like cameos from Robert Englund as Samson Dunstan, playing the father of Mary Beth. Yes, Freddy Krueger. So in many ways we did get Freddy vs Jason, where Kane Hodder played, where we saw Kane Hodder with Robert Englund. I'm just going to put this on another box so we can see me better. I'm getting a new tripod, so hopefully it should arrive any day now. So, as I was saying, we got Victor Crowley in there, and by the time this video's up it should be Friday the 13th, so I know this isn't the Friday the 13th franchise, but I'm kind of honouring Jason by talking about an actor who I think played in the best, which is Kane Hodder. So anyway, Mary Beth survives her encounter with Victor Crowley, only to carry on the fight. So 4 years later, in 2010, we got Hatchet II, again written and directed by Adam Green. This time the character of Mary Beth being played by Danielle Harris. She was played by Tamara Feldman in the first film, and was oh God, excuse me, was played, and in this one was played by Danielle Harris. So Danielle Harris now taking over the lead role as Mary Beth, and in this the story pretty much continues straight on from where it ended. So basically Hatchet 1, 2 and 3, the original trilogy, are one big film after another. So Mary Beth, even though she's not meant to even though we're not meant to notice she's changed, even though she's now Danielle Harris. We see her fight Crowley again, and then of course, even when Danielle Harris gets caked in blood, she still looks good looking. She evolves and becomes a badass female in this, a badass final girl. And of course in the third film, Hatchet III, this time it was written by Adam Green but directed by B.J. McDonnell, still starring Kane Hodder and Danielle Harris. This one also featured Derek Mears, so continuing straight on from Hatchet 2, this time a big army squad are on the hunt for Crowley. And we get two Jasons in this. We get, Derek Mears, the 2009 Jason, and we get Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley, the Jason from Part 7 to Jason X. And yeah, again, this I should mention is a comedy slasher. It's like by the second film, they thought, let's have some fun, let's make this a comedy slasher thing, and it kind of works. It does work, all taking place at night, because that's when Crowley comes about and goes on the attacking rampage. We see him fight his way through some people again, and yeah, it's absolutely mental. Hatchet 1, 2 and 3. And like I say, with it being years apart, we had like Hatchet in 2006, Hatchet 2 in 2010, and Hatchet 3 in 2013. Excuse me. God, I really should have got a drink of water before doing this video. We had the original Hatchet trilogy. Excuse me. which featured Kane Hodder in the role of Victor Crowley. So, that was pretty much it. So, basically, I haven't watched the 3 films back to back. I've seen the 3 films, but not back to back, because I didn't really have that much. I wasn't really that committed, but I did watch all 3 of them for like 3 nights in a row. Hatchet 1, 2 and 3. So after the original trilogy ended, we thought that was it. Until 2017. 2017, well, released in late 2017, but I think started to come out more in 2018. We got the 4th film, Victor Crowley. Yes, with the only original cast member, Kane Hodder, and what's his name? Perry Shen from the first 3 films. This is like 10 years after the events of the first 3 films, where Andrew Young, played by Perry Chen, is the sole survivor and is, being interviewed and selling a book, and he gets convinced by his assistant, Kathleen, played by Felissa Rose. Yes, that Felissa Rose. To go back to the swamp, to Honey Island Swamp, where they also come across some students that want to make an indie film on the whole murders of Victor Crowley. And with a little cameo from Tony Todd on the video phone, he says the incantations that summon Crowley, and Victor Crowley returns once again, played by Kane Hodder, and he goes on a massive rampage, killing off people that take refuge in a crashed plane. And yeah, this again is a comedy slasher, and he's written and directed by Adam Green. Adam Green has such a great mind for this franchise, staying by it with Kane Hodder, so they must have a good friendship going if they've done 4 films up to now. Of course, Andrew does survive at the end with a new final girl called Rose, and everyone else except for them 2 dies. One guy throws himself into a jet engine to kill Crowley because, like I say, a plane crashes on the swamp with the film crew. Of course, Danielle Harris is not in this one. However, she does come into it in cameo form. Yeah, I watched this one very recently too. And in a mid-credit scene on a news report, following the aftermath of the whole incident with Victor Crowley, Mary Beth Dunstan, played by Danielle Harris, gets a shotgun ready and says, "I've been waiting for you, motherfucker." She's been waiting, and that sets things in motion for a 5th film. Now, that's pretty much it with the films. Like I say, only 4 films, but apparently there is a 5th film that is in development. I don't know when the 5th film will be made, but all I know is that the 5th film is in development, but I don't know when it's going to come out. Who knows? I really hope we do get a 5th film. Like I say, we have the Hatchet trilogy. I hope that we get the Victor Crowley trilogy, like 2 more films in there, so we've got 2 trilogies. The Hatchet trilogy and the Victor Crowley trilogy. And I do hope that it kind of continues straight on, and we get 3 other films that are also one big film put together, in 3 parts. So Victor Crowley, like I say, deformed redneck, but hey, basically Victor Crowley, he kills because you're simply on his land, his territory, and that's why he kills. He just wants to be left alone and in peace. He just wants to be left alone in peace, and and people just butt in and interfere. So I can't honestly blame this guy for his actions. I'm definitely smart enough to not go around these haunted places like Crystal Lake, Haddonfield, Woodsboro, Springwood, and Honey Island Swamp. Yes. So yeah, the Hatchet films. A comedy slasher franchise which I actually like. It's cheesy, it's, so awfully good. The moments in there that are so bad it's good. They have effects in there which are practical. I like the practical effects. Why is it called Hatchet? Because that's Victor Crowley's signature weapon and he got a hatchet in the head. Like Jason did with an axe. But, yeah. I do like this film series, and I've been wanting to talk about it for a while, but had never got round to watching Victor Crowley until very recently. So after watching that recently, I thought, now I can do a horror talk on this franchise, and I'm so glad I have seen it. This also featured a character called Austin, played by Brian Quinn, who I know as Q from Impractical Jokers. I was really excited to see him, and I'm going, hey, it's Q from Impractical Jokers. But yeah, this film series, I enjoy it. If you like Friday the 13th, if you like slapstick and you like comedy slashers, you'll like these films. So, yeah. So I best go now because my voice is starting to strain. So I'll wrap this up now. So, let me know down in the comments below. Have you seen the Hatchet films? Do share. Oh, before I go, I should probably rank these films. So, there's 4 films. I'd say at number 4, I'd put Hatchet 3 on there, because it's not as good as the first 2, but it's still an enjoyable film. And then at number 3, I will put Victor Crowley on there, because like I say, I enjoyed it, but I just didn't think it was as good as the first 3, but it was still an enjoyable film. And had a lot of good horror has-beens, well, not horror has-beens, iconic horror actors in there, including Felissa Rose. At number 2, I put Hatchet 1, the first Hatchet film, because I thought that was a good slasher. Tried, I think, at first to be serious, but it just came off as funny, and they did decide to make this a comedy slasher, and I'm glad they did. And at number 1, of course you guessed it, is Hatchet 2, because we get Danielle Harris in there, and she's a badass in this. She's not like how she started her career as a screen queen, like being the damsel in distress. She becomes a full-on Sarah Connor in this against Victor Crowley, like Laurie Strode has with Michael Myers. So, yeah. Hatchet 2 at number 1, and Victor Crowley, Kane Hodder, he just puts up a great performance every time, and I love the guy in those roles, and I've been told by many horror fans that he is a nice person, and if he should ever come to England to a convention near me, I will probably jump at the chance to try and meet him myself, but well, you never know. But still, I enjoy these films. I enjoy Kane Hodder in this, and he's my favourite Jason as well. So yeah, the Hatchet franchise, have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments below. Which one's your favourite? How would you rank them? If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you're new here and you want to see more from me. All my social media links are down below in the description. So that's it for this month's Horror Talk. I've been Random Ross, and until next time, I was about to say I bid you all goodbye, friends, goodbye. That's how I say it on my main channel. No, how I end it on this channel. Until next time. There. Oh, why can't I get the clicking right? There. Don't have nightmares.